All right. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another video here. I want to talk to you about a message that I just posted over on our Discord community, and it is related to the topic of prop firms. Okay. Now, I've stated in many videos in the past that I don't have anything against them. Okay. For one, and for first and foremost, when I first started trading 11 years ago, I couldn't even think of one. I didn't even know anything about prop firms, okay? I'm not saying one didn't exist, but I don't think going back that far that there were any that existed. And if there they weren't. It wasn't at the forefront of where people were talking about them, okay? Old school, we were always taught to, if you want to get into the trading world, regardless if it was options or Forex or futures, trading stocks, whatever it may be, to start putting away a nest egg. And I talked about that in the past over several videos, okay, about building a savings account or a account to where you can fund to where you're putting money away weekly, monthly, however you do it, so you can kind of save up, stack up, and put that money into your brokerage account when you're ready to start trading. Now, I've always said, don't take funds that you don't have, meaning take your light bill money, your rent money, your mortgage money, your auto payment money, any kind of money that you need to make a bill payment on to be trading with. No, the money you put into your account or put away should be extra money that you're putting to the side. Just like you put money away for vacation or put money into your savings account for a rainy day. You take a percentage of your money that you earn from working somewhere, that you're employed by a company, put it into an account each week, each month, and start to slowly build that account up, all right? And then once you reach that threshold, what you are willing to place into your brokerage account, then you're ready. You funded yourself. You're not turning or looking for the opportunity to seek interest or funds from an outside entity or case, okay? And definitely don't go out here and start taking loans out, okay, in your name, to where you put yourself in debt just to throw into your brokerage account, okay? Be smart about it, okay? Trading, funds that you're using to trade with should not be money that you are tied to, emotionally. Yes, we are in some way or another. We take money, put it into an account, and we don't expect to lose it. But that's the nature or the possibility of things that could happen when it comes to this business of trading, all right? It's kind of like you go set up a shop at a build out of a company. You start a company, okay? You invested $50, $60, or $100,000 in that company. Next year, that company may not be around, right? Those are the risks that we take in business, okay? And it's no different than trading, okay? We're trading with money. It's the same thing. It's like putting money into a business. You're investing in the business of trading, which is your business, okay? So, just to talk about, because I received some information just recently. Someone that I actually know, they trade Forex, and reached out to me and stated that, there's a company that is a prop firm based a business called My Forex Funds. Now, if you haven't seen it in the media or online, or maybe someone watching right now that may be a futures trader as well as a Forex trader, maybe so. I'm not saying you are, but you become privy to it, that information. All right. So they have basically been asked to cease business by the U.S. government at this time into further court proceedings. All right. Not 100% knowing why, but I can kind of just assume in a sense that, I never talk about any prop firms, okay, because people always reach out to me either on a Discord or send me, a DM or in some means, and it's a hot topic here on in our Discord community. I see people talking about prop firms, and most of them turn to I think a company called Apex. Look, if this can happen in another market like the Forex, all right, it could just as well happen in futures or any other market. Any of these companies that are tied to funding certain accounts, it could be funding future accounts, like you have some of these companies like Apex, Top Step, and like My Forex Funds is a Forex based prop firm funded account business. They're in the business of allowing retail traders to seek funding to be able to trade, right? Forex. All right, so you have many of them out there that are that offer funding, depending on what type of market or the different assets that people can trade. Okay, so you must be very cautious. Okay, I've always had a certain feeling about prop firms. That's why me personally, I never ever had interest nor talk about them on my channel. About telling people how to set them up, how to get into them. How to even look to a passing evaluation strategies that you could use. I never talk about that. Okay, my strategy is my strategy. And that's the way I trade, and that's the only way I trade. And I use my own funds. Okay, I work hard to put money away to be able to trade my money. Okay, now I'm not knocking anyone or telling anyone not to or to turn away from seeking the opportunity with prop firms. They could be a beautiful thing, I'm sure, but we aren't the government, okay? And we don't regulate what goes on, To us, a lot of traders out there, they turn to prop firms as a means or a way to be able to, for one, not have to use their own money. And then for two, they probably don't have the money to even use to get into trading, but they want to trade. So here's the thing. If you are someone that is interested in trading and you got into this trading business or you want to start, I'll say this, start with your own funds, guys, because tomorrow is not given, meaning these prop firms may not be here tomorrow. They may not be here next week. You may be paying into them and not passing these evaluations. Ultimately, their business model, okay, or plan is set up to see you fail, okay? You have to think about how they're making their money, all right? They're looking for 90 to 95% of these people to fail, because they keep that turning, that wheel spinning to where you're putting money into these evaluations left and right, left and right. All they're doing is collecting on it. So you got to think about the tens of thousands or the hundreds of thousands of people or traders across the globe that are investing or putting money, I'm not going to say investing, but taking their money and buying these evaluations to pass so they think they can get or achieve to get a $25,000 account, a $50,000 account, a $100,000 account. Now, where it doesn't add up is the fact is that are you really getting a $25,000 account or a $50,000 account? No, you're not. So to me, I think that is probably something, and probably a lot more a reason of why this government, why the government, not these governments, well, multiple governments, because my Forex funds, for one, is entangled right now with, with the Canadian government and the U.S. government. The governments are cracking down on these businesses, okay? Because it doesn't seem right, okay? And what doesn't smell right is going to come to light, all right? So, are you really receiving a $25,000 account or $50,000 account? They're advertising and marking that out there, putting it out there on a billboard on their websites, whatever the case is, but you're truly not getting funded $25,000. It never seemed right or looked right to me, okay? Because you're not really receiving a $25,000 cash account, okay? When I trade with a cash account, meaning if it's $50,000 in my account, I have that, I have that access to those funds to be able to leverage in the market if I choose to. That's not the way it worked, okay? With these prop firms, all you really are able to receive, as far as the amount you're able to trade with, they put into the picture or the idea of a drawdown. So you're not receiving $25,000. It could be $1,500, which could be what, 5%, 6% of that $25,000. So to market that you can receive a $25,000 account or a $50,000 account, even though in fine print, I believe the government's kind of cracking down on that, because you are paying money into something that you're not receiving, okay? All right. Now, I'm not saying that's the reason why, but to me, I just could never get around that part there. They're going to throw something in my face to where I can get $25,000 account, but ultimately, I'm not receiving a $25,000 account. I'm only receiving a $1,500 drawdown limit. So if I exceed that threshold of that $1,500, I'm out. I'm out the game, and then I have to go in and set up for another evaluation and another one and another one. And if you don't have the technique or strategy to be able to trade, then all you're going to do is keep funding them, providing money to them. Okay, and it's the easiest way for them to collect, like a cash and carry type business. You're just throwing money more their way, more their way, more their way. Look, I could probably only 5% of individuals actually get funded that trade. Okay, I'm talking about out of hundreds of thousands of traders that probably turn to these companies to, for funding in a sense. Okay, or be able to have the accessibility to be able to trade. All right, so instead of you having to take $5,000 and put in your account $20,000, for pennies on a dollar, I can pass an evaluation, but you're only getting a small margin. And once you bust that, that's it. You got to start over. So that's why I said only 5% probably of the top, or 5% at best, are passing these evaluations and are able to take payouts. All right. And even they have their own, these strategic payout schedules of, the time frames or how much you can get paid on at the beginning. I don't know the ins and outs of all of them. All I'm saying is the fact is that that's some of the reasons why I have, I don't talk about them hot and heavy. I never place a lot of interest in them, but I never knock them because I don't know enough about them. And people are going to choose to do what they want to do with their own money. If you want to keep spending that money, that will, and throwing money to them, then that's on you. But when it comes to the government, and the government starts sniffing around, and they don't see, they when it comes to trading, okay, all right, that's one thing the government really frowns on. If something don't seem right or smell right, they are going to shut it down real quick. And then when one domino falls, all the rest of them come with it. So I'm going to say that again. It's a domino effect. This is a pre-warning right here. We're talking about one of the top 5 prop firm businesses, which is my Forex funds. If the government is right now, has ceased them from allowing them to do any further business, has frozen their assets, their accounts, which means that now anyone who is a retail trader that went to them in the past an evaluation and has turned to them for payouts because they're trading and making them money and making themselves some money and looking to start taking payouts, you may have money sitting into your account right now with my Forex funds that you want to take a payout this week on. Guess what? Their accounts are froze, which means your account is froze. And this is just one domino, and the rest of them can follow suit. I'm talking about prop firms across, it doesn't matter the markets, okay? It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's Forex. It could be futures next. Normally speaking, when the government starts cracking down on one thing, they start looking into them all right? So they're going to use one business to put on the microscope to understand the inner processes, okay? And once they figure out what it is, they're going to go after them all, okay? One by one. So don't know. It could be tomorrow. The next one may unfold next week. We don't know how many are going to fall at one time, okay? And maybe the government may find something, or they may be able to, or these companies may be able to wiggle their way out of it, or change their business model, okay, in a sense. But to me, like I said, it just never seemed right because I'm not truly receiving a $25,000 account, okay? I'm only receiving a $1,500 drawdown limit, and then I got to pay you again if I don't pass an evaluation. Just hope to God that I do pass that evaluation, and can stay above the drawdown amount, okay? So I can keep my account live. Again, I don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm just telling you that the news is out there. I'll show you right now. Right here, my Forex funds. You can go to their website, and this is the message that they stated on their homepage. There are no other features, or there's no other accessibility to the site as of right now. Everything is just a blank page, not a blank page, but it's just their notice to all retail traders out there, or people that have turned to them or look to in some way do business with them. Right now, they cannot do anything going forward until they move forward through the court proceedings. So I just want to put that out there. I don't know. I mean, there's so many of these companies out here, and if the government really cracks down and really ceases business and closes them completely and shuts them down, there are going to be many more to follow. So I'm just saying, don't put all your emphasis into these prop firms. If I've said this, there's nothing wrong if you choose to use a prop firm, but I feel as if people should really start it off the right way and use their own funds, and then maybe turn to the prop firms for an extra means of income in a sense, or to help build up your account even more. So let's say you started off with $5,000 you put of your own money that you put into your brokerage account. You started trading the right way and knew how to trade to make money, and you started building the account up, right? And then maybe you wanted to take a little bit of money to turn over to maybe a prop firm. you know, and pass one of those evaluations and start making money there through one of those prop firm sites. And then take that money, get a payout, and put back into your personal account. That makes sense, okay? All right? But if you're someone that is leaning and truly 100% has been leaning towards these prop firm companies out here to be successful and use that as a means of, so you don't have to use your own funds, well, let's say, for instance, you know, this does happen and it unfolds and you are currently trading and using these prop firms, okay? And you've got maybe $10,000, $15,000 sitting in that prop firm account that you built up that you can take a payout on. And then those assets are frozen, that those funds are frozen. You're not getting access to that money. Not at all. So what are you going to do? You may be forced to have to go back and work a job somewhere, all right? Or maybe you're doing it from a part-time basis. It doesn't matter. It's still money that you maybe have earned, and now you don't have access to it, and you may never get access to it, ever. So I'm just here to tell you, do it the smart way, all right? And do it the correct way, you know? I just believe working hard to be able to use my own funds, okay? And then if I want to turn to using maybe the prop firm side or whatever the case is, which I don't, I'm just saying if you do, then you can do that, all right? But I wouldn't be putting all my eggs in one basket and leaning towards the prop firms, because tomorrow's not given, you know? If that business folds, then you have no means of funds. And hopefully you took enough out before that, if it does happen, to put into your own personal account, to fund your own brokerage account moving forward, okay? So just be smart about what you do is all I'm truly trying to say, okay? But, you know, I'm not here to bash any prop firm company out here. I'm just bringing things to light of what's currently unfolding. You know, one of the first telltale signs of what I see right now, I don't know how many more are going to follow, but they are a major company or one of the major prop firm funded businesses out there when it comes to the Forex world, okay? So that's all I have today to share with you guys. I appreciate everyone who's tuned in. If you want to join the Discord and, you know, take part in, you know, our futures trading activity, there's a channel called the Trading Floor to where we come together collectively when the U.S. session is open, and we post entries or screenshots of our trades. So you're welcome in. Find that link to the Discord down in the description portion of this video and invite yourself in. Come over and join the team. You know, we're growing by the masses daily. We trade futures here, the index futures. Primarily, I trade the NASDAQ or the ES. The ES is my bread and butter, the E-mini S&P 500. I've been kind of dabbling in the NASDAQ a little bit because I like the volatility. And I'm waiting for things to kind of really pick up more so and look for better movement on the ES. But yeah, most traders within our community trade the, you know, the future indices or indexes. You know, that could be the Dow, the NASDAQ, you know, the S&P 500. So, but also the Russell, you know, I like the Russell. Nothing wrong with that. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Oh, and I forgot one of the most important parts. If you aren't currently subscribed to the channel, take the time to go ahead and click on the sub button down below. Click on the bell, turn your post notifications on so you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. I truly appreciate it. And do me a favor, do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Drop a like on this video. I truly would appreciate it, guys. Take care.